Hello, love. Welcome to Transmission Tuesdays here on the Libran Key. These are messages of a transmissional nature for the highest and the greatest good, and in the highest and greatest truth of the ELSH collective, empaths, lightworkers, starseeds, and healers, awakened and awakening souls. Know that if this message has found you, and or if you have found it, that there is something here for you. That is always the intention that I put into these messages. Family, thank you for being here. Sending you so much love wherever you are, and a very warm and loving welcome to you if you are new here, and essentially remembering family by coming across this channel, these videos, this community. Okay, this video is going to be a little bit of a two-part thing. First part is a very quick, almost housekeeping kind of message. I had posted in the community section that I would, over the weekend, be putting up or getting really some feedback from you, family, with regard to some of the tweaks that I want to make and that I'm being sort of nudged to make on this channel. And that has taken a little bit of a back burner. I'm delayed on that basically because I got pretty knocked off of my ass with a shitty cold. So the recovery for that has been a little bit, it's been interesting. Let me just put it that way. And that's another part of what I want to share, because we had that full moon in Aquarius last week, and it was right after that time that I started to feel really cucky, and realizing that there was a lot of purging and a lot of releasing going on. And when I was talking to some people, some beautiful souls after that, same thing was sort of coming up for them. And one of the biggest things was feeling like we were out of our bodies. Okay, 222 on the counter as I say that. Now, the weird thing though is that this feeling of being out of our bodies, please leave a comment below if this is resonating for you, if you've been feeling kind of shitty, kind of blah, kind of like, I don't know what is going on. Like literally you're looking around you going like, am I even here? Am I even here? What am I doing? You're not the only one. You're not alone in that. But it's this time around though, because we've all sort of, I think if you're watching this, you've kind of, there's a good chance that you've probably already experienced that to some degree. But this time around, there was a full awareness around it. I don't know how else to describe it. It was as if being very much observing what was going on, not being lost in it, being fully aware of what was going on. And what spirit and what I'm being nudged by before I get into, but also the energies that are coming through for this particular reading, which will be more of an energy update than anything. The energy of the Venusian angelic realm, the energy of Jesus Christ coming through, Master Jesus, however you want to respond to him, Christo, Christe, however you would like to refer to his energy, this consciousness, coming through to sort of give us support around that. What they're showing me though right now is that this is an indication of how the energies have been shifting and the frequencies have been shifting. It's pretty much as simple as that. And I was given that guidance, keep it simple, moving into this. The other thing that's been happening is, and one of my beautiful, I mean, technically she's kind of a co-worker, but you know, I feel more than that. Anyway, you know, when you work with people and it feels like soul family, like that word does not even grasp the connection that you can have, right, with different souls. Yesterday confirmed this to me too, with regard to resharing some of the messages that we were receiving and readings that we were doing and things like that. And one of the things that, interestingly enough, even in our own meditations, we're not being shown very much, in the sense of there are certain things that are being veiled or not necessarily revealed, and I want to really make this clear, the spirit really coming in, and these energies, these Venusian energies coming in, Christ coming in for this. This isn't about keeping anything secret, okay? It's about timing. There's something in the timing of it. And this came up very beautifully and very timely, okay, yesterday for me as well, speaking to this beautiful soul, who we were experiencing it similarly, but in, you know, in a different, to different extents, but also very similarly. It's possible, you know, what I'm hearing right now is for each and every one of us to have very different experiences, but through those experiences, we are, I'm hearing, learning the lessons, or we are getting the same messages. We are getting similar messages. So there's something here about the timing of things. And it's a coming in a very much like an energy of, I'm feeling a very, this like a beautiful crone energy coming through for this beautiful divine feminine aspect coming through to be like, you'll know when you'll know, and everything will be fine. Everything will be good. Everything will be, everything is playing out. This is really beautiful because I feel like there is a lot of uncertainty right now. In the collective, there's a lot of uncertainty with regard to even timelines and events, okay? But through those unknowns and through the uncertainty is where we have, you know, it's interesting because I'm getting the analogy here of, I can't remember, it was a reel that I had posted about juicy fodder for the powers that were with regard to, oh my God, division consciousness, okay? But what they're showing me right now is the flip side of that. They're showing me that in times of deep uncertainty, in times of where we don't know where things are going to go next, that's actually juicy fodder in the most positive way. I can say that. That is fuel. That is like a life-giving energy for miracles to happen is what I'm hearing, and I'm getting goosebumps all over my body. Oh my God. So this is where people step up, essentially, where these miracles can come through, and we call them that. And I'm using that word. I hope you can relay that you're getting that energy coming through here, where this isn't a one-off thing, although it can be. But what I'm seeing is that it takes one, and then it amplifies. And if you're doing the work, they're just saying to me, you know exactly what that means. I'm gonna get going with the cards. Okay, I'm working with Shiva Lingum today, simply because I feel that this is bringing in a lot of grounding energy. What's interesting is that this particular, if any of you have worked with Prophecy Stone, with the Prophecy Stone, please let me know in the comments below. This has a kind of similar energy, although I find the Prophecy Stone can be a little bit it can be a little bit more jolting, right? Still new to it though, so please share, okay? There are similarities here. But what I find is that the Shiva Lingam has an aspect to it that can be incredibly grounding for the light. And that is what I'm bringing through for this message with Mr. Shiva Lingam here today. This is also an energy of balancing the feminine and the masculine. And I really feel that right now because this uncertainty can start getting people hyped up in their masculine, where they're just like, I need to know what's happening. I need myself organized. I'm going to fucking lose my shit. Meanwhile, it's like you're being asked to just be here now. That is a very divine feminine thing. Be here now. Experience what's going on right now. Take it moment to moment. Now, that doesn't mean we're not preparing, okay, to a certain degree in the future, but this is not where you are right now. Right now you're here, okay? Shiva Lingum, thank you. Okay, I'm going to be asking, they just directed me to the original, the Tarot 1909 here, Pamela's Genius. That's it. And this is going to be, again, an energetic update. With regard to the energies right now, I know that Venus is moving into Libra, and I know that this week we are going out of Mercury retrograde. Page of Wands popping out in reverse. Okay, they still want me to keep on going. Oh, also, quick, oh my God, they're reminding me of this now out of the blue, but perhaps this is something, again, moving forward with regard to some of the shifts that are going on here with this channel. I've had a couple of video requests, and I will get to them, 3 actually, and one of them is really, really old, and I apologize for not getting to this sooner, because the beautiful soul that requested this, I think your name is, I think it's Matthew, if I remember correctly, but I will be getting to this, was to do an archetype video on Sagittarius. I'm going to get to that, to speak about the generators as well with regard to perfect little slaves and this Mars energy. Yeah. And there was another request for the Venusian realm, for the healing realm, to do a reading on that and a sort of transmission on that. I will be getting to those, all in due time. I have not forgotten about them. That they're basically reminding me to remind you. Okay, and I am star date, Earth time date. This is August 27th. It is a Tuesday. I am recording this today that I will be posting this for Transmission Tuesdays. Okay. Page of Wands in reverse. Okay. 5 of Pentacles and the King of Cups. So, right off the bat, this is interesting. They're giving me a bit of a read here on what's going on timeline-wise for the ELSH collective and where we're at a little bit. So some of us are feeling, whenever I see the Page of Wands coming out like this, I immediately think of when we're not in an energy necessarily of flowing with our own spirit. What does that mean? Feeling like we're free-spirited, feeling like we know where we're going to go, feeling like it doesn't matter. We don't need to know where we're going to go next. We're just following our passion. We're following our creativity. We're following our inspiration. We're allowing ourselves to feel like free spirits. Some of us really feeling this energy, scarcity, lack. It could be, they're reminding me also of the fact that coming off of this full moon in Aquarius, there was a purging that took place. That always happens at full moons, right? And that's about a weekly sort of, process, give or take. Those energies are really ramped up, right? A few days before the full moon and then a few days after as it begins to wane. We release. There's something that gets let go. And a lot of what is actually being worked on now collectively is scarcity consciousness and lack mentality. Because something wants to come in. Something wants to come in for emotional healing. They're showing me this lack happening in the physical body, but it is connected to emotion. And isn't that how it always happens, right? There's also a parallel message here of making sure that your cup is full. And just as I said that, this popped out. This Knight of Cups, essentially they're showing me is you. It's each and every one of us. It's this making sure that you are tending to your cup the way this Knight of Cups is tending to his cup. Lancelot energy coming through here. 1414 on the counter as I say that. We're getting a lot of Arthurian energy coming up collectively. I know that Amanda Ellis, is doing work on this, which I value the work that she's doing with regard to that 100%, because there is an energy that's coming up. We're all tapping into it differently, by the way. I'm getting a message here of mirroring with regard to that. So Everybody is doing their work as well. If you resonate with this, please leave a comment below. If you resonate with it, if this Avalon, Camelot type energy has been coming through, Merlin, another one, and especially the Dragon Realm. For me, it has been the Dragon Realm, big time. It's been Lady of the Lake. It has been the energy of, yeah. Interesting. I'm actually, funny enough, they're connecting this to courage, free will. They're taking charge in certain respects, right? But remember that this is about timing again. And divine timing, because what was the sword and the stone all about? What was that? And what is the legend of King Arthur all about anyway? The story, the timeline of that, okay? There's a return of something. There is a remembrance of something, okay? That is taking place collectively. And we need to make sure that our cups are full. There's also a lot of Mother Mary coming through for this as well, along with the energy of Jesus Christ, okay? Beautiful energy here of tending to ourselves. And again, this is about embracing those divine feminine energies. Okay, they want me to keep on going with the cards here. And that's it. They want me to line these up now. Beautiful. So we got the Page of Pentacles coming out in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune's coming up right underneath this Five of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles in reverse. Isn't that interesting? Under the Knight of Cups. And then we've got the Ten of Wands coming out in reverse under the Ace of Cups as well. Okay. Divine timing. I keep on coming back to this for this particular message. What does that even mean, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing divine alignment, cyclical time, and the true nature of time. There is an instinctive, and when I say that, I mean a knowing. Okay, so I don't want to confuse anybody here with regard to that, because sometimes people hear instinct and they think of like our instinct to eat or, you know, sleep and, you know, that sort of thing. This is, but it's that deep, right? It's that in us. It's that almost to a certain degree unconscious, because it's a knowing that we're not necessarily articulating in a left-brained logical kind of way. It's all the aspects of the brain is how they're showing it to me. Interesting. They're directing me to the Tower, the energy of the Tower right now in the tarot, as I put this back underneath this Five of Pentacles. So there's a lot of breakdowns happening with regard to this scarcity consciousness and lack of mentality. This is the only way we're going to be able to make space. Okay, they're connecting this very, very specifically right now to self-worth. 1818 on the counter. That's a 9 again. So this is all coming back to the closing out of some kind of cycle here. They're directing me to the number 2 again, and the energy of the divine feminine as the way we do this, okay? We've got this Nine of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. That's interesting, because then the 10 of Wands comes out in reverse right here in the spread. So what's happening here is a breaking down of boundaries and a breaking down of, I should reframe that though, because I don't, well, it's all connected. This is complicated. Okay. So it's one thing to have healthy boundaries, right? Let's make that totally clear. That's incredibly necessary. And that comes back with this Ace of Cups and making sure that your cup is full first. Okay. That goes without saying here. We're going to take that as a given. Okay. Whenever I'm speaking of boundaries and healthy boundaries, this is what I'm talking about. But there's something here about releasing something that you also have a hold on. So I want to make that really, really clear, because it's not exactly, even though The nuance of that can mean that sometimes that's a boundary. Sometimes that's a blockade that you've set up. Let's work with the language of block or blockade better, or a wall that's been put up, okay? Even though, again, this could be a boundary. Now, for some of us, maybe this is a boundary that is limiting us. Not a healthy boundary, a boundary that's actually limiting us from helping our spirit to grow even further, helping us to evolve spiritually, helping for our soul to grow even more, and that also being reflected in our physical reality, because both of these pages are coming out in reverse, okay? So this is about your spirit, your spark, feeling that free-spirited, very youthful energy of I'm following whatever inspires me. And this is being able to actually put that into materialization, meaning taking a course about it, learning about something, doing something in the physical, But they're showing me what's interesting is that both of these are actually connected and they go both ways. So even if you feel like you don't know what to do next, it's the action, it's the actual step of changing something up in your body when you do that. Thank you, Spirit. Changing something up in your body when you feel this way. So if you're feeling dull, if you're feeling meh, and you're just like, I don't know what to do, like get up and go for a walk. Like I'm seriously I'm being shown, and the Venusian energies, the Venusian consciousness is so connected to the body. This is all about, again, just get in your body. Do something to get in your body. They're also showing me a lot of energies being ramped up in the body, and that getting into your body is incredibly helpful for the release of these energies, you know? That's a whole thing. And funny enough, one of the things that, you know, there's an aspect of me that when I, you know, go through like having a cold or something, and people can relate to this. I know a lot of us can relate to this with each other. There's that aspect of me. They're showing me that get up and go, which is interesting. That sort of get up and go energy that sometimes like your body is just not, it's like, sorry, you ain't doing that today because you sick. You need to lie down. You need to sleep, right? And, you know, we get into this sort of thing like, oh, I just want to be able to do that. But they're showing me how beautiful it is when you respect your body enough to tend to it to the way it needs to. Because as always, in divine timing, when you come back to that time where you are feeling, when you've healed, when your energy is back, we really value that, right? When we go back to the things that we used to do and that maybe to a certain degree were automatic for us and that you take for granted. Not that I'm saying, you know, we don't want to take anything for granted, right? In terms of just the miracle, again, that is our body, the miracle that is our being here, the miracle that is our soul, the miracle that is love, the love of God, the love of Source, the miracle that is Momma Gaia, okay? Oh my God, it's just, those are the things that we go through, okay? Where there is, again, they're showing me lessons in everything and the divine timing of that in everything, okay? It's also really important though, what they're showing me is to be mindful of your energy, right? Mindful of where your energy's at and to always find a balance. It's always about balance, okay? It's always about listening to your body, listening to your needs, tending to your needs, understanding that that is the biggest act of acknowledging your self-worth, for lack of a better way of putting it. So much of this is energy actually, and this reading is kind of revolving around that because of this Five of Pentacles coming up. with this Knight of Cups and this Ace of Cups, right? So it's very, very much about energetically right now, making sure that you are here in the present moment. Be here now. Understanding that your body is always giving you clues, always giving you nudges with regard to your energy and where your energy is at, okay? This is especially true for empaths, right? Where we are super, super, super sensitive to those things. And sometimes we don't even realize how super sensitive we are until we are sort of like at a point where the cup is just like, where is my freaking cup? What's going on? Okay. So I'm going to leave it off on this note here with these last two cards. This is very much about, we have to release energy in some way in the physical that's going to assist us to rebalance, okay? And find whatever that is for you. This is a really simple message. Find whatever that is for you. What helps you? Is it stretching? Is it dancing? Is it going for walks? Is it going to the gym, doing all that stuff, right? Is it somatic work? You know, maybe it's body work. Maybe it's something like that. Perhaps it's touch therapy. Maybe it's that. Find what works for you. There's a real emphasis on that right now with regard to making sure, because something in the physical is going to unlock something else, is how they're showing it to me. Okay? Getting into that body. Thank you. Thank you to the energy of the Venusians coming through for this, the angelic realm. Thank you to the energies of Jesus Christ, Christ consciousness, Mother Mary. Thank you for being here with us. I thank you. Thank you to the Shiva Lingum for coming through for this as well. Thank you for being here, for spending your time sharing your energy with me, with us in this space. I am sending you so much love wherever you are, in love and liberation always.